Developing story this afternoon, the ANC saying its former member, Mavuso Msimanag, has now rescinded his resignation and will in fact rejoin the party. But Msimang, as I understand it, will no longer play a role in the ANC Veterans League. He had been their deputy president. Last week, Msimang resigned from the ANC, saying corruption had become intertwined with its DNA. He particularly said the ANC was refusing to act against people against whom findings had been made by the Zondo Commission. Dr Levy Ndou is a political analyst in politics and public policy lecturer at the Tshwane University of Technology. Dr Ndou, good afternoon to you. Why do you think Mavuso Msimanag changed his mind?
Good afternoon to you, Stephen. Good afternoon to the viewers at home. There could be a number of reasons why Mavuso decided to go back to the ANC. Firstly, one would assume that the meeting that he had with the Secretary General of the ANC might have contributed to him rethinking his decision and to go back and rejoin the ANC. It could have also been that he has been in the ANC for quite some time and he has just realized after a very few days that he could not have any other political home, and the best thing is to go back into the ANC that he has served for over 6 decades. Another reason could be that he might have felt that it would be better not to abandon his party, but to stay on and deal with the challenges that he has actually raised in his resignation letter. And it is not something new. We have seen people leaving parties and still go back to those parties. And my sense is that now that he's back into the party, they know what he stands for and what made him to resign in the first place. It could be a moment for the ANC to rethink their approach in terms of dealing with the issues that he raised and do things quite differently.
Dr. Ndou, people have been waiting for evidence that the ANC is going to renew itself, that there'll be a change. I don't know. Is it still possible for that to happen? I think some people have given up hope, unfortunately.
Well, there is a saying by many people that the challenges that the ANC faces are quite very deep, and at the same time, they should actually wait for the process to unfold, because the renewal of the ANC and dealing with all these many challenges that they have will require some patience, and it will require some time for that to be resolved. And my sense is that people like Mavuso Msimanag and many others who have been in the party for some time, who understand the dynamics within the party and who do not want to see the party fall, are the very same people who have to play a significant role in ensuring that the renewal project is supposed to take ground and it becomes a reality. But at the same time, you need the current leadership of the ANC and the general membership of the ANC to be part and parcel of the renewal project and also play a positive role in that project. The challenges in the ANC are known by all members of the ANC, and my view is that they need to change their mindset and do what is best for the ANC rather than doing things that has the potential to destroy the party.
Normally in politics, it's embarrassing to make a decision, a very public decision, as Mavuso Msimanag did, and then to reverse it. Is this embarrassing for Mavuso Msimanag?
It could have been an emotional decision to take, and he could not have considered many other factors. Hence, when we had these discussions a few days ago when he resigned, we actually said that this has taken most of us by surprise. My sense is that he should have done thorough consultation, and maybe he would not have resigned at the time. And it's quite surprising that he actually rescinded his decision after he has met with the Secretary General of the ANC. And this, in my view, should have happened before he could resign. The best thing, in my view, is that it could be embarrassing to some. It could have been a decision that was not expected, but I think he could have considered that now that he has served this party for quite some time and there are challenges within the party, the best thing is to play a role in ensuring that those challenges are dealt with, rather than going outside the party and abandon your own party. Because to some, it could have been interpreted as if this is the person who's throwing in the towel for this party. He does not care anymore. And that, for me, shows that his relationship with the ANC is intact and his heart indeed belongs to the ANC.
If you look at, and I'm sure you did, you look at Mavuso Msimanag's resignation letter, the one that he's now rescinded, towards the end, it is clear that the tipping point for him was that the National Executive Committee, as I understand it, had told people against whom findings had been made by the Zondo Commission to report to the Integrity Committee. And we know that many have not. I've seen different figures, but I think around 95 is the figure that I've seen. So, for example, the chair of the ANC, Gwede Mantashe, is also the energy minister. He did go to the Integrity Committee. I think Nomvula Mokonyane, as far as I know, the first Deputy Secretary General, has not gone to the Integrity Committee. And from what I could see, and from what Msimang said in his public statements, that it was about frustration over this that was a big issue. I mean, is the ANC ever going to act against? Is the ANC going to ever act against those people?
My sense is that Mavuso Msimanag has actually won in his attempt to convince the leadership of the ANC to do what he thinks is right. In his letter of resignation, he spoke about such issues, and in the letter that indicates that he's rescinding his decision, they clearly indicate that such matters are going to be dealt with by the ANC. And I think what he has actually done is to knock some sense of agency on the ANC and clearly outlines what he wants to see happening. And it is good that in the letter that is written by the spokesperson of the ANC, such issues are being indicated. My expectation is that the ANC, having met with Mavuso Msimanag, in response to what is actually articulated in the letter, will be that they try to deal with the issues that he raised that relates to the Zondo Commission. And, of course, if indeed the ANC will do something contrary to the proposals by Msimang, it will be an indication that there are certain issues that the ANC does not want to deal with. At the same time, the issues raised by Msimang are not the issues that are only raised by him. These are the issues that are generally of great concern to the members of the ANC, and it is time for the leadership now to do something about it, because most people that are not happy with the ANC might actually resign and not rescind their letters like Msimang did.
The problem still seems to me to be the same problem, which is that many of the people against whom findings were made by the Zondo Commission sit on the NEC. And as a body, they've said these people must go to the Integrity Committee. We're about a year later now, and they still haven't.
There is a constant emphasis within the ANC cycles that they actually follow processes, and their processes take some time. And that could be some of the issues that are quite frustrating to the followers of the ANC and to those who want to see change happening within the party. The agency, or the lack of agency rather, on the part of the ANC to deal with these matters, it's a serious point of concern, which in my view, the ANC has to reconsider and prioritize such, so that those that are in leadership positions in the ANC are not people who are tainted. And it will be frustrating to have the ANC still having to go and face the elections with the very same people who have been mentioned in the Zondo Commission who are tainted. And in my view, this creates more frustrations on the veterans and on the loyal supporters of the ANC who actually want to see real change happening. And the support, or the lack of support, or the support that is going down on the part of the ANC, in most instances is attributed to the lack of action on the part of the ANC and their lenience on corruption and corrupt leaders. So it is an opportunity, in my view, for the ANC to do things differently if indeed they are serious about their own organization.
Dr Levy Ndou, thank you. Political analyst and politics and public policy lecturer at the Tshwane University of Technology. Do appreciate the time today.